Right, welcome everybody to another episode of Chris and Dave's Reality Cast. I am one of your hosts, Chris Phelps, and my co-host and very good friend is Mr. Dave Horrocks.
Hey there, Chris, and hello to our listeners out there. Welcome to Chris and Dave's Reality TV Cast. We are covering Love Island Season 8, Episode 9, Chris. Now, where would you like to start today?
Well, Dave, I think tonight's episode, I'm having a go at Luca, I think, Dave. I'm not liking this lad at all as this goes on. He's showing really bad, possessive, horrible traits. This incident at the start where he was pushing Gemma into him. I know we get this thing about,
What the fuck was that all about?
It was out of order, Dave. And nobody really picked up on it. I know you get that thing about like if you like someone as a kid, you know, you sort of like a girl or a lad or whatever, you get a little bit physical with them. It's sort of like you like them, but you pretend you don't. And it's just fucking weird. The way I've said about this headlock thing, but you know, whatever we think of Gemma, and I don't think she helped herself, and I've got something to say about that as well, but I think he's literally in the wrong, Dave, all the time. He's fucking weird, and it's just wrong that no one's picked him up on it.
Yeah, the thing when he was like grabbing her by the shoulders and then smacking her like into his stomach, like it was just fucking very strange. And I think, you know, underneath the surface, there's that insecurity, there's that possessiveness, there's that anger that, you know, he might get left out, essentially. I just think there's some really bad red flags with him. Now, the thing is, Gemma then, did she say, like, you know, like Jax? Or I don't think she actually said the full Jax. I didn't go back to watch it, but I thought she just started to say, like, Jax, you know, and stopped herself. But then what annoys me, yeah, okay, she shouldn't have said it. She's been going out with this guy for 8 months, apparently, split up 1.5 years ago. Yeah, whatever. So, but Luca's been with her for like, what, 2 days?
Yeah.
What are you getting all bent out of shape for, you prick? It's just, it makes no sense that he's behaving like a fucking little kid. So yeah, all right, she said the wrong name. It's fucking Love Island. You're not in a real relationship. We all know you're not in a real relationship. So the whole thing, the whole episode, or at least for the next sort of 5-10 minutes, seemed to be about how Gemma, she felt so bad, and everyone was saying how bad it was, and Luca was like, oh yeah, it is bad, I can't believe it, mate. You know, and for me, it just wasn't really that bad, given the context of, you know, they're on fucking Love Island.
Yeah, you know, it's funny because I have a different take on that. I do agree it wasn't that bad. I totally agree with that. I think that she said it. She didn't say Jack. She said Jack and then stopped herself. Dave, the devil on my shoulder, and I'm probably going to get stick for this, was thinking she did it on purpose to shut him up and to cause a bit of drama and also get a bit of TV time. I could be wrong here. I know we talked about it on Discord tonight. He asked me and said, well, what does she gain from this? What's the... I just think she's very clever. And I'm not defending Luca at all, because he's an absolute fucking tool for me. The more this goes on, the less fucking likable he comes across. I think they're in a really bad relationship. You said it to me, and you're right. It's just every ingredient of a toxic relationship for me. I just felt that it was too cute and too slick what she did. I just felt that. I think she's done it to shut him up because she doesn't really like him. She's got to stay with him for the recoupling, but I think she needs to get away from him as well. I don't think she was necessarily in the wrong. I just think she sort of did it to play a bit of a game, get him to feel a bit insecure. It did bring him back together, but I could be way off with that, Dave. But it just felt like she knew exactly what she was doing at that point.
I think you are way off myself, but you know, I just they filmed so much footage with this stuff, and they're into week 2. You know, they are separated out from the real world. I don't think you can be that kind of clever. You know, you can go in with a strategy and everything, but that just happened so kind of quickly, and I don't know. She'd have had to have thought of that on the fly kind of thing. And that's what I don't get. I just I just think she's got Jax a bit on the brain, which is bloody understandable, Chris. You know, if they have been in this longer relationship, and when you're that age, 8 months is a lifetime, isn't it? So I don't know. I'm giving you a 1% chance that's right.
Now, Dave,
but you know, that's how you see it, and I just see it differently. So that's cool.
Yeah, and I think the thing is, Dave, the reality radar is never wrong, my friend. So you may be proven right, but I do think as well, even if she was doing it as a test, Luca did not deal with it at all. I mean, he was dead passive aggressive to her. Sit down. She's like, well, why do I need to sit down? What are you going to tell me? You know, what's going to help this situation? He sits down. She sits down, sorry. She looks at him. She's like, well, go on then. He went, didn't know what to say. She stands up. She went, are you staying there? Yeah, I'm staying there. And I'm like, what is this conversation? What you've asked her to sit to explain it. As soon as she sat down, you didn't have a clue what to say. It was more of a controlling thing. And then he gets her in his fucking headlock again. And they sort of start laughing. Yeah. But I'm just like, Gemma, whatever's going on here, and I know, you know, I've not been a biggest fan. I just think she needs to get out of Dodge with this guy because he's not, you know, it reminds me of, Dave. It reminds me of him from the Australians, Erin and thing, what's he called? The bloody gearhead, Ethan of series 1 of the Australian one, where they were really good together. But when they got into a disagreement, he just went fucking right through the sky, didn't he? Absolutely was just so hard to control, and the way he spoke to her and that, it wasn't nice to see towards the end. Obviously, they didn't stay together anyway, but it just reminds me of that. And I think,
well, worse than that, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, it was
got really bad.
No, it did get bad. Yeah, you're right. Obviously, you'd have to read up on that, guys, if you don't know about him. But yeah, it was bad. But I feel he's got that in him, Dave. I just don't like him. I really, really don't like him.
I think it was like gaslighting type behavior. Yes. Like you say, it was initially controlling, you know, come over here, sit down, whatever. You are going to be made to feel sorry for what you've done, you know, which again, for me, it just wasn't that bad. But I think Gemma actually handled it in a much more mature way than he did. Yeah. You know, she was just like, look, if you're going to be a prick about it, you know, I'll not bother. And it was, I'm paraphrasing a bit, but it was saying something like that. And then he changes then, and then the smile comes out. And it's like, you know, it's almost like, oh, you know, what's wrong? Why are you upset kind of thing? He sort of flipped it round, you know, and I don't know. It was just, like I say, it was just another one of those red flags. But I do agree. I do think she needs to get out of that relationship, no matter what. Just couple up with anyone else. Guy's a prick.
Yeah, big time, big time. And I tell you what, Dave, we're watching it tonight, and I asked Sam for a manicure, didn't get it, but I've got lovely nails. I tell you what, I have got lovely nails at the moment. It isn't the code word I was using.
Sparkly, glittery, pink number.
You want to see my toenails, Dave? They look fantastic. I've got glitter and everything all over it. But we now have new code, don't we, for some of the things that are going on in here. We really do.
I don't know. I think we can guess what a manicure is, but yeah, obviously Andrew and Tasha get chosen to go into the hideaway. I'm sorry, Chris. I know people don't like to raise his name, but Andrew's fucking Curtis, isn't he? It's not just the hair and everything. He's giving out the shit advice, thinking he's the Villa Oracle and everything. He reminds me so much of Curtis.
Yeah, he is. Big time, Dave. Big time. And I know it's been said a lot online, but the more this goes on, the more I agree with you. Definitely. And I think a lot of people have said that. Look, if he comes out in a fucking feather boa thing and starts doing dancing again, Dave, then it's Curtis 101.
Like King Julian.
Yeah, big time, Dave. Absolutely big time. But that's one of the most iconic moments ever. When Curtis come out doing all that fucking camp prancing and that, it's fantastic. That was one of the best moments in Love Island I've ever seen. I love that fucking series for that. It was so good. But no, I think you're right, Dave. Like the more characters are coming together. And obviously they were in the hideaway. We get all the love thing and that. Tasha had said at one point she was absolutely horny. Andrew had sort of sat on her knee and she's like, this is what I want. She obviously is the person who needs touch. She needs that touch, don't she? That connection with someone. And he was delivering it, to be fair. He really was. Another couple, Dave, who I've got a lot of touching, but there's fuck all else going on in the relationship. He's Ekin-Su and Davide. I mean, Ekin-Su is fantastic, Dave. She does not give a fuck. And someone actually commented, I think it was on our Facebook page, Chris and Dave's Reality TV cast. By the way, guys, Hennessy has put an amazing couple of posts up, Dave, about the contestants asking different things. Brilliant stuff on there. If you get over there, some brilliant interaction with everyone, but really, really good post by him. But someone said, actually, which is right, don't you think that Ekin-Su is just basically the female version of Toby from last year? Anything shiny that comes in, she's like, oh my God, and then because that's what she's doing. And Dave, if she wasn't in the way she is, and she's so upfront and the way she deals with things, not always correct, but I just think it's brilliant. And I think what she said, and then Sam pulled me up on this tonight because I'd not picked up on this, but when Ekin-Su said to the girls, I've just realised that he was only bothered about me because he wanted to recouple and, to keep me with him and blah, blah, blah. And then he's not been near me since. And then Davide came in and did this weird staring thing as doing makeup and then walked out. And I was like, I was warming to him. I'm thinking he's coming out. But there was I think she's not far off the truth, Dave, to be honest.
I don't, well, and we saw that when he was working out, he was saying there's something not quite there. But I think it's all about physical for them, isn't it? I don't know how much else there is there, but they fancy the pants off each other. If it was in the outside world, they'd have ripped each other's clothes off by now. So I think it's maybe a bit of that. What irritates me, though, Chris, is it's become this expectation that the boys will all just make the coffees and everything in the morning. And she's getting all bent out of shape. It's like, oh, Davide's not, this is outrageous kind of thing. Fucking come to me with a coffee and whatever. Fucking get off your asses. Go and make your own fucking coffee. Why has it become this expectation in Love Island that the blokes are just going to go and make the fucking coffee?
Well, Dave, I've been married 24 years and I still do that every day for Sam. And at weekends, she gets breakfast in bed, Dave. I mean, I'm up too early. I do. I'm not just trying to big myself up, but because I don't see her in the weeks, I'm up so early. But I literally, if we're in, she gets a brew. Because I'm an early bird, Dave, so I'm always up. But I obviously set the trend. But I must admit, Dave, it's one of them things where it seems so forced. It's different if you're in a relationship, isn't it? It's up to you. It's your decision if you do it. Weekends, I do it because
exactly.
I'm up before her. She gets a bit of scrambled egg or whatever she wants, crumpets or whatever. But there's always a brew there for her because I'm up so daft early. But when they do this, it just seems so. But then it's like, Dave, instant coffee in a mug and a bit of fucking milk, couple of sugars or whatever you have, cup of tea. It's not going to get you a manicure, lads. You know what I mean? If we're using the code words, you're not going to get a fucking manicure just because you're making a brew. It's and it has become a Love Island thing. The girls sort of dissect what's happened through the night and the day. That on that balcony, done it? It's become like a proper Love Island thing. So I suppose they've got to go to task. They've got to do that because they're probably told to do it by the producers, to be honest. But it is become the norm now.
Yeah, it's become this expectation. And like you say, again, I'm not comparing it to the real world. In the real world, statistically, you figure it out, don't you? One person might do it more than the other. You might do it the same. It's just this thing about, it's become this expectation. And if you don't do it, you're a fucking arsehole. So I don't know. I don't see what Davide did wrong there. He might be not that interested. Maybe he was fucking busy. Maybe he was doing something else. I don't know. It just bugged me that bit. But I mean, Ekin-Su still remains the best fucking entertainment on this show, to be honest. So I'm glad she's in. But yeah, it was just that bit. It just irritated me a bit.
I agree. I think she's brilliant. She's been a breath of fresh air. But Dave, now you done me tonight absolutely like a kipper, so much so that I was fucking crying trying to respond to this. So on our Discord, obviously we watch it live, don't we? And there's a few of our patrons with us and they watch it along and we all have a good chat and give each other abuse pretty much. So I had a bit of tea on the two new guys, only one of them. So we've got Jay and Remy. Remy's from Manchester, he's from Hume. My nephew, we were playing FIFA a couple of hours before Love Island came on tonight, and I'm chatting to my nephew, and he went, "Oh, I know Remy." So I said, "All right." He said, "How do you know him?" Because he lives local to us anyway. But he said, "Oh, he's in the circle of friends we go out in. I've met him a few times." So I'm thinking, I was like, "All right, okay." So I did see, just on the side, and before I get into this story, that Akena's social media, whoever's running his page, reposted a video of Remy doing a rap, Dave, and it's gone viral. It's gone viral. All I'll say to you, Dave, I think I'd do a better job. It's terrible. You've just got to see it, guys. If you get on,
Is it as bad as that guy on Love Is Blind?
Yes, yes. Cameron.
Yeah.
Cameron.
Yeah, that's the one.
He still stayed with her though. But no, it's pretty bad. He's on the steps somewhere, like outside the library or wherever he is. I don't know, but it's really bad. So, but that's sort of before Remy come in. He was getting stick. So I asked my nephew. I said, "What's he like?" And he just said, "He's a bit of a cock, basically." Right. So I put that in our Discord, and you put, what did you put? Something like, "Oh, shock horror." Go on, go on.
New Love Island contestant is a bit of a cock. Good tea, Chris.
Good tea. And I knew you were fucking pissing yourself. And I'm pissing myself. And Sam's going, "What are you laughing at?" I went, "Fucking Dave's just shut me right up there tonight." He's absolutely basically gone, "Chris, you fucking dick, shut up." It was, Dave, I'll give you that 100%. It was brilliant, your delivery, because I could just
teed it up. It's like this real insider exclusive.
And it was nothing, was it? It was a fucking damp squib. As soon as I said it, and then to see you typing, I thought, "Oh, he's going to fucking get me. He's going to get me." So yeah, it was absolutely useless insider information. But I don't know, it might come across well. I didn't like, so it showed Jay and Remy coming in, didn't it? And it wasn't done properly. It was sort of like tomorrow night. But what I did was interesting. So we seen that and the chatting away was fucking Jay says something to Jack, studying Jack, rugby player Dave, don't matter how big he is in that, he'll be able to look after himself. And he went, "I'll flatten you." And I'm like, "Oh, no, I want to see what goes on." So he's probably a load of shit. We'll probably watch it and go, "Oh, that was fucking rubbish." But that's the sort of stuff that used to go on in Love Island, Dave. The lads would have a bit of a pop at each other, and have to get separated. I'm here for it. I am here for it. I know we watched the Aussie one with Grant and Ethan. That was a proper bust up, but we never saw they had a proper scrap, didn't they? But this might go into something. But knowing Love Island, Dave, he probably says it and everyone jokes and it's a waste of time. I cannot wait for tomorrow now.
Yeah. I mean, they did it with the Gemma and Luca argument, didn't they? And, it was a bit of a thing, but then it was over in 5 minutes tonight.
Yeah.
But it's, I do hope it is a little bit of a, not a tussle, but, there's a bit of drama created from this because Jay, again, he's saying he's not here to make friends. And Jax tells him, "I play rugby, lad." And then he says, "You're a bit small for a rugby player." And he's like, "Oh, really? You run at me over there, I'll flatten you." And so, yes, get in, go on. Toxic masculinity aimed at each other. Brilliant. So, yeah, and the thing is, Chris, I mean, right. So the discipline that Jax follows, it's rugby league, isn't it? It's not rugby union. Most of what people see is rugby union. But and growing up in St. Helens, used to have to fucking play a lot of rugby myself. Yeah. I'm not that big, but I tell you what, if someone's running at you, they can't run with no legs. So you don't have to be that big. And I think I want to see this on the fucking grass.
Yeah. Go on, run at me. Fucking pick some up.
I want to see a little bit of rugby. Yeah.
Well, to be fair, I know a lot of people listening probably haven't watched The Bachelor, but the last couple of seasons of The Bachelor and Bachelorette, they've had some sort of American football stroke rugby game. Yeah. And they had a wrestling game, didn't they? Because there was that guy who looked like Val Kilmer who absolutely beat everyone, didn't it? And they weren't hanging around, Dave. There was some proper hits going on there. There was some proper, because one of the guys on The Bachelorette, he ended up getting the bloody paramedics had to come. He got a right stinger of a tackle on him. So well, they won't do that in Love Island, Dave. But there you go. Too scared of claims going in and that. But anyway, Dave, we've had an email from Denise again. And she's put, I'm loving Ekin-Su's character. She's fun. I can't say anything bad about her for having her head easily turned when, number one, Davide was moaning about not being into it. And number two, Toby, it's Denise who said about Toby. Apologies, Denise. Toby did the exact same thing last year and ended up being everyone's favourite. Is it really a bad thing to not get stuck in a pairing since it's the Islanders' opportunity to find the right match? Are they playing it safe to be in a lukewarm coupling? By Denise. So I think she's right, Dave. That's where I read it. Toby last year, at first, we were all like, what a dick, blah, blah, blah. But then as it went on, it was just like, it was just funny, wasn't it? It was just like, oh, there's something new and shiny. I need to go over there and see.
Shiny, yeah.
So I think she's right, to be fair. I think that's, we should take it for what it is, because I think I did bad for that judging, because you think of a normal relationship, don't you? But why should you settle for someone you're not happy with? You're right. You shouldn't do that. So let her do whatever she does, Dave, because it's making for great TV.
Yeah, and I don't think, again, are there any strong couples? I think Dami and Amber, I was saying yesterday, I don't buy into them at all. Whereas tonight's episode, I saw a little bit more, but I'm still not convinced. Ikenna and India, it seems like maybe they're not going at the pace that she wants. So, again, but at least it's a proper couple. Luca and Gemma, we've talked about. Andrew and Tasha, nah, I'm not having that one just yet. So yeah, let's see. I'm kind of missing now. I mean, Jax and Amber are just not a couple. Jax will go. There is no way Jax will make it out of Casa Amor. It doesn't matter who he's coupled up with. So yeah, again, Chris, you know where I come from on these things. I want there to be strong couples. I want this to be season 5. When you go in, whether it's Michael and Amber, Curtis and Amy, you need there to be strong couples. So that, when they do stray, you get a good load of drama.
Yeah, definitely. That's what we want there. I agree. So big thank you again, guys. As always, it's been great, this series so far. Just the interaction's been so good with everyone. Get over to our Facebook page, as I said earlier, Chris and Dave's Reality TV Cast. We accept you in. Somebody will, let you join in that. It's not a group you can just like and get in, but it doesn't matter. We're all good friends. We've got nearly, I think it's about 180 people over there, Dave. So everyone loves a bit of reality TV, guys. So please get over there. If you want to email us, cdrealitycast@gmail.com. And if you want to follow us on social media @cdrealitycast. So today's roll call of honor, if you want to support us a bit more as well, get over to patreon.com/cdrealitycast. So big thank you to Zoe, Tom, Gillian, Keith, Helen, Brianna, Noreen, Amy, Joanna, Katie, Dee Dee, Hannah, Priscilla, Susan, Haley, Lauren, and Lucky Lulu Green. So thank you so much, guys, for all your support, past and present. We really, really appreciate it. And please, if you get a chance, have a read of some of Hennessy's posts on Facebook. They've been great, and there's loads of interaction with everyone. Really, really good stuff. So, Dave, another day in the bag. We are doing this daily, whether we like it or not. Let's just accept it and go with it. And I will see you tomorrow.
Bye now.